The stock market is becoming more and more difficult to predict. If we have a green day in the markets, the media come out and say the new bull market is back and all-time highs are just around the corner. If we have a red day in the markets, the media are predicting the next big crash to be just around the corner. So how do we trade this stock market? This is the big question, guys, and this is what we're going to discuss in today's video. There is so much uncertainty out there, guys, so we have to be prepared for the next move. And just before I start off, guys, can I just say that we've 100% smashed the calls that we've made over the last 3 weeks in our weekly videos. If you haven't managed to watch the last 3 weeks, guys, of videos, go back and watch them. There's some very important calls that we've made out on there, and we've been 100% spot on with them. And if you did watch them and took advantage of the trades that we've been giving out, then I hope you do enjoy your profits. Guys, there is so much uncertainty out there, so we have to discuss the next week or so for the stock market, what to watch out for. We'll go over the technical analysis for the major indices, as well as we'll go over this chart here that we've introduced to you over the last couple of weeks, and this is still going very strong here, guys. Now, before I start off, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, please give it a like. It does help us a lot, guys, so please hit that like button and do share it with anyone else that may also find this useful as well. And if you are new to this channel, guys, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning. Now, guys, let's start off by discussing the chart over here in front of us. This is the S&P 500, the daily chart. Now, we've discussed previously in the previous videos that this trend line here has been massive resistance over the whole of 2022. And this resistance has been broken at the beginning of this year, 2023. And we were expecting to have a retest and a nice bounce from it, which is exactly what happened here. Now, guys, there is plenty of liquidity resting above here. There is plenty of liquidity resting above here. And I can see the next move to have a strong rally here in the markets over the next couple of weeks to go and clear the liquidity. At that point, if that happens, guys, it will create the mentality that the next bull market is back. Everyone will be long at that point. Then they will pull the trigger to new lows. Now, guys, I do see new lows in the stock market at some point this year. Okay, it may not happen right now, but this year I can see that happening for sure. At any point we go back and we go back below this trend line over here, guys, then that's it. I think there's plenty of liquidity resting here and obviously here as well. So I think all it takes is for us to break below this trend line here, and off we go. That will certainly accelerate the selling, and the new lows, would be certainly just around the corner after that. Now, guys, before I go into the technicals, what do we have in terms of fundamental news this week? And guys, all we have this week, the most important data here to look at would be on Friday, when we have the PCE data here. Okay, so all to watch out for is this Friday, the PCE data at 1:30 UK time. Now, let's go and discuss this in a bit more detail in terms of the technical analysis. What do we look out for? What should we look out for the week ahead? Now, guys, we have this trend line on the S&P 500, the daily chart. Now, we have plenty of liquidity, guys, resting above here and above here as well. Now, as a move for this week, what am I targeting? Well, first of all, we have this trend line here on the 8-hour time frame. If we manage to break this trend line, guys, okay, then I can see us going all the way up here to clear this liquidity. Now, guys, if we do clear this liquidity up here, okay, right up here, we also have the upward expected move for the week. So one trade that I'm actually looking for, guys, would be for us to break the trend line on the 8-hour time frame and come all the way, guys, all the way above the upper expected move and into the this 1 hour IC. If that happens, guys, this is around 4070 or so. If we do get there at any point this week, that will make a case for a nice short opportunity, short term for now. We need to see how the markets develop over the next couple of weeks. The next trade, guys, if we do manage to, if this 8-hour trend line here manages to stick and we are not able to break above that, guys, then I can see us retesting and going lower. Now, one trade I'm looking for, guys, we do have this daily, we have this liquidity here resting, and obviously we have this the trend line here. So very importantly, watch the trend line, watch to see if we manage to break this or not. On the 1 hour time frame, guys, it's clear liquidity. So I think either when the market opens on Monday or just before that, we will clear that liquidity. That is way too clean not to take it, guys. This is bullish as it stands. We are starting to get some negative divergences that are building up, not yet, but are building up. If we do manage to see any sort of break of structure, that would cause a nice selling opportunity if we, before we get to that 4070 that we just discussed. If we do see any sort of break of structure on a smaller time frame, now, guys, we have clear liquidity resting here and clear liquidity resting here, with this 1 hour IC here sitting just before that and just below the lower expected move for the week. So if at any point we manage to break lower, guys, this level here, 3850 or so, I think it will be a nice opportunity to go long if that happens. Now, guys, this week we have what? We have end of the month and we have end of the quarter. So this is going to be a crucial week in the market. So make sure you are prepared for it, guys. Going back to this daily here for a second, now we have a lot of clean highs and clean highs over here, guys. So I think that would be the next target over the next couple of weeks for now. Next, guys, we get this Apple chart here that we've introduced to you last week. Last week I've said if we manage, okay, this is a daily chart of Apple, and we've said that, listen, we do have, it looks like an inverse head and shoulders here, and if we manage to break the neck, that would support the indices, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the US 30, the Dow Jones, to rally further. And that's exactly what happened last week, guys. Okay, the Apple managed to break above the neckline and managed to stay above it as well. That was very important. Now the next sort of resistance that we get here, guys, would be this trend line over here. Now this trend line has been acting as great resistance over the last, well, since 2021 actually. So this is strong resistance, and if we do make it all the way up here, guys, I would expect to see some resistance, and at that point perhaps the S&P makes it to that 4070 and we are getting ready to short. So watch this carefully together with the S&P 500 over this week. It's going to be very important, guys, and obviously if we do break back below, then that will create more downside pressure, I think, for the S&P and for the NASDAQ for sure. Next, guys, we get the UK 100, and guys, we've mentioned that before, but we 100% smashed this collar, so we're expecting to have a reaction out of this daily IC. We did. Now what is the next target? Now I've mentioned that in the previous video, guys. This liquidity here looks way too clean for them not to grab it. So if they do go and grab this at some point this week, I would watch out, especially on this 4-hour time frame here. If we manage to break the liquidity, clear the liquidity, and come into this 4-hour IC. If we see some consolidation, we can look to short, perhaps to a new low over here. Now, guys, this is very important. If there's no reaction out of this 4-hour IC, then I can see us going all the way back up into this daily IC. So watch out and be very careful. Monitor that 4-hour IC if it's taken, and if it's not, if it doesn't have any reaction from it, then this will be the next target at 7,788,895 or so. And if we do break out lower, guys, all you need to do, just wait for a break below this daily IC. So if we don't manage to clear the liquidity, which I think we will, it looks very likely that we will before we make any move. And as it comes into here, guys, you will have some resistance from the 20 and the 50 EMA as well. So this is a very important spot here. If we do break lower, however, then I can see us going all the way down lower, okay, into this weekly IC here, sitting at 6,970 or so. Next, guys, we get the DAX here, okay, and again, well done. We've smashed this over the last couple of weeks. We've got this 100% spot on. Now, what should we be expecting going forward? Now, guys, we've got a very clean area here. So we discussed this before on the daily here. We've got this clean liquidity area that needs to be grabbed, and on the 2-hour time frame here, guys, we get this the 2-hour IC here. So if price makes it all the way up here, which it looks very likely to do so, okay, then I can see us going forward. The trade this morning, we had a nice trend line here on the 1-hour time frame, guys. We've broken that above, so now it's all about going all the way up here and clearing that liquidity and this liquidity resting up here. The thing to monitor, guys, if we do have a retest at some point today or this week, monitor this trend line. If you have a retest, perhaps that's a good point to enter towards clearing those liquidity areas up there. Now, monitor to see what happens as we get into our 2-hour IC there, guys. If we do see some consolidation, that would be a nice shorting opportunity to come back to at least all the way back here, 14,720 or so. And at that point, we'll have to reanalyze and see where price wants to go. If it goes through that 2-hour IC, guys, now this liquidity here looks way too clean here. So I'm thinking if we do manage to go above and close above here, go through that 2-hour IC, then it can go all the way to clear that liquidity, and perhaps in our ultimate target, guys, of this weekly IC sitting at around 15,800 or so. We talked about this for a very long time, so it may happen, especially that here on the weekly, guys, the 20 and the 50 has managed to act as nice support. So this can give us that bounce to clear that liquidity resting above there into that weekly IC, and then perhaps at that point we'll look for a nice shorting, long-term shorting opportunity. Next, guys, US 30 here, the Dow Jones, and this has held very well, guys. We said last week we'll watch this daily IC. Can this hold, and can we get a bounce from it? That's exactly what happened. We got a really nice bounce out of it. We've got here on right here, no, here on the where was it? Can't find it anymore. We had a nice area here, guys. Okay, so there's two trades that I'm looking at here, guys. Very importantly, we've got this daily IC here with the liquidity resting or above here. So I'm thinking if price can get all the way up there, clear the liquidity, and come into this daily IC. Now, guys, this is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So the next lower high would be at this daily IC. So monitor that and see what can happen there. Also monitor this alert over here, guys. This is very important, sitting at 33,200. We may have a nice reaction out of that, so watch out. This is going to be very interesting, guys. If we do break below here, guys, however, then the next target is this daily IC, no question about it. However, if Apple manages to hold above it, then this will be able to push the Dow Jones above to clear that liquidity and into this daily IC. Now, guys, there's plenty of liquidity resting above here, guys, so I wouldn't be surprised. Look at this area here, it's so clean. I wouldn't be surprised for them to go clear all that, especially if we see a bounce in the banking sector, guys. If the banks get if they get if they get a push this week, if you get a rally this week, it will push the US 30 with it to go clear those highs over there. So that's going to be very, very important, guys. Make sure you watch that very carefully this week. Okay, I can see us going clearing all the liquidity, and then they pull the trigger all the way down, guys. The crisis has not gone away though. By raising interest rates, it puts a lot of pressure on the banks. They're already under pressure, a lot of pressure on them. We've raised interest rates last week again. Okay, that puts even more pressure on them. So watch out. And then I believe there will be a next bank to burst out very, very soon. And when that happens, watch out for it. Okay, that's going to create that will go straight to new lows without even blinking. Okay, so that's going to be very, very important, guys. So as I mentioned, 2 trades to look at it. If we manage to lose this IC, we're going lower, and if not, then I'm looking at this daily IC and potentially all the way up there to be cleared out. Next, guys, the US 100. Now, guys, this has been able to hold very, very well. Why? Because it has no financials, no banks in it at all. And hence, because of that, it's been able to hold very, very well. However, we are starting to get some divergences here, especially on the 8-hour time frame. We're getting some negative divergences, a potential sell signal as well. So I can see some pressure here on the NASDAQ over the next week or so. We do have this trend line, however, so for us to get, to look for some shorting opportunities, we need to at least break this trend line on the 4-hour time frame. If that gets broken, guys, then we'll look for a retest and a potential entry in there. As it stands, guys, even though we are going high, we're going higher with negative divergences. So unless we get a big push up, then this will most likely look to break lower at some point this week or over the next couple of weeks, guys. So watch this very, very carefully. Now, we do have clean highs. Those cleans have been taken, so clean highs here, clean highs there to be taken out. So that would be the next target. The next target will be here, 13,200, the liquidity resting above there, and a price coming potentially into this daily IC sitting at 13,450 or so. So if we do push out higher, guys, okay, that is a possibility. This looks very, very bullish. If we do push out higher from here, then those will be the next 2 potential targets where price may get to, and at that point we will look for some shorting opportunities. As it stands, even though it's starting to look weak, we don't want to short just yet. Look at this trend line, monitor this trend line, as well as whether price can break lower or not. Next, guys, we get the VIX here, and the VIX is just as I've mentioned in the previous videos, and especially in the last week's video, price is not able to go above 25 and hold above 25. We went above, came back below, went above, came back below. This 25 here is big resistance. Now, guys, one thing to watch is there's plenty of liquidity resting below those lows here. If the VIX is able to go below here with the S&P pushing up higher, look as it gets here, look for shorting opportunities on the S&P 500. This may happen either this week or over the next couple of weeks. But if VIX is not able to push up higher, then it will push lower most probably. Clear those lows here, clear the liquidity resting below, and then that's it, guys. Okay, then we'll look for some shorting opportunities, and at that point perhaps it gets to our key areas as we discussed in the S&P 500. If the VIX is able to go above 25 and stay above 25, then you need to watch the S&P 500, again, those key areas, because we may break lower at that point. DXY, guys, now we smashed this. We talked about in last week's video that we were looking for price to go clear the liquidity and into this daily IC. That's exactly what happened, guys. Now what's next? As long as we're able to hold this daily IC in here, then I can see us going higher. Look at that. Clean highs over here, guys. So I can see us going all the way up, clearing those highs there, and that may put some pressure on the S&P 500. However, guys, if this just consolidates here with the S&P 500 going higher, then that means that this is getting ready for the next big move. So watch this, very important, together with the VIX. If this consolidates and it's not able to break below, then it's just waiting for the next big move up. Okay, and as the S&P 500 goes higher, perhaps on low volume, then that will give us the hint to look for shorting opportunities long term. Next, guys, we get gold over here. Now gold has been going higher with negative divergences. We may get a sell signal shortly as well. So this is not looking very good for gold. Now I was hoping that price can get into this 4-hour IC here. Price hasn't done so yet, but it can certainly do so. So if gold manages a comeback this week, especially those highs, they look very clean, so I don't see how price will not take those before making a big move down. If we do see a move higher, then I will look at this 4-hour IC here as a nice shorting opportunity. As it stands, guys, there's not really, I mean, if you were short here, that's fair enough. If we take out this low, then we can potentially look for a comeback into some IC and then look to short. But as it stands, there's nothing for now. This is still very bullish, even though we're getting some negative divergences. Watch the dollar. If things start to get bullish on the dollar, then we may get some more downside on gold. Watch the banks. If we have some more bad news about the banks, guys, very importantly, that may mean that money will be moved to safe havens and gold will get a bid. So watch that, guys. Going to be very importantly. Lastly, guys, we get Bitcoin here, and guys, Bitcoin has had some has a fairly nice move here. Consolidation, okay, just before this daily IC here. So guys, we discussed this previously, that we were looking at Bitcoin to get to 30, okay, where we were looking for the next move down. At this level here is previous support that becomes resistance as well. So this level is very important. If Bitcoin manages to break above and close above this on the weekly time frame, that's going to be big move, a big upside for the bulls there, and they can definitely take it higher. But if this manages to hold, guys, then I can see us going down to clear this liquidity resting below. So this level here, 30k, is a crucial level for the bulls and the bears. They're gonna fight it out here. Who's gonna win? We just have to wait and find out. We've had a massive move. We may get a sell signal as well. So things are looking like they want to push lower. This is not the time to buy, guys. If you want to buy, wait for this 30 level to be cleared. If it's cleared, fair enough, you can go for it. And if you're not able to clear that, then wait for the liquidity here to be taken out before buying again. That's pretty much it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new to trading and would like to learn more about the trading strategies that we use, head over to our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk, where you can find out more about the one-to-one mentoring courses that we offer, and you can also join our free Discord community. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week.